Welcome back to the Life and Lessons of Us. I'm your host Jordan, or us apparently. I see, like way back when I used to call it the Life and Lessons of Me, but I felt like there was more to you know my story than just me kind of thing. So I made it the Life and Lessons of Us. But if you're new, it's the Life and Lessons of Us, and that's what the title is. So, um, I'm recording this with my new MacBook. The other one died because I killed it with water. And Apple goes, yeah, it's gonna cost 900 to fix that and $999 to replace it with the exact same computer that I already had. So Apple's business model works like that, and we just kind of go along with it. It's whatever. I mean, I was trying to set up my mom's computer with a monitor extension thing, and I was like, wow, Windows is really it's not user friendly. It's more like if you understand computers and how they work and operate, you should probably get a Microsoft computer. Like whatever. Windows is a totally different operating system. Like the iOS system, like I like whatever Mac OS uses, like whatever what is it, like Sonoma or something? I don't even know how to say it, but it's more user friendly, so it's just easier. Like it's more intuitive. Like it just does stuff for you. Whereas with Windows, you kind of have to know what you're doing, and it's a little bit complicated. But I'm familiar with both operating systems, so when I said that, my mom was like, "Shut up!" Like I'm like, Just your prerogative. What do you want? You want user friendly?" And see, like it's kind of like once you pick one brand, you're kind of stuck with that one brand. So like Apple, all of its devices like interconnect, and Microsoft does too, but Apple just does it seamlessly. Like it's easy. I don't know. But that's what I like about Apple. But anyway, like the video quality is clearly better. Like I can tell like enough for a fact that this camera is better than the previous one, and the microphone is fine. Like I almost don't even need any equipment. Like I have a microphone, but I don't need to use it. So once I get my whole setup, you know, done, I have a monitor and stuff. Obviously, it's a better angle than, whatever this angle is. I'm not a videographer. Teach me. Like, I have a studio light. Do I need it? Like, I don't know. Is this light bright enough? Like, no, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, this is kind of one of those episodes where I don't really have anything to talk about, but everything. I just talk about whatever comes to my mind. Um, the previous episode I think I felt like it could have maybe made some people upset, but obviously, you know, this is more for me, and so like if you now want to hear what I have to say, you don't have to listen to it. I mean, obviously, but so like I kind of felt like I wasn't. I'm always slightly unsure of myself, but I talked to somebody yesterday, and they re what do you reaffirmed my podcast ability, let's say. And then my mom called me this morning and said she listened to my most recent episode, which I was worried was a little bit, whatever, controversial. Like I know what I'm talking about. It's fact check me. Do it. I won't be mad. Um, but yeah, no, it's just like my aim with this is more for perspective and showing people perspective. And I'm probably gonna have to redo this because my mom's walking in and is gonna talk to me. But she's allowed. I'm just changing it to like I don't care what happens in my podcast. Whatever happens, happens. Like it just kind of go with the flow type thing. Like if she comes in here and starts talking, I'll make it part of the show. Like last episode, like everybody loved that part. But sometimes I feel like when I get passionate about something, I am less composed in my word choice and things like that. And I feel like I'm being aggressive when really I'm not. And it's just like how I talk. Like I don't know, but when I'm like collected and have rehearsed sort of what I was going to say and like things like that, but then it wouldn't be like as legit. My responses to things are genuine, and I don't really hide who I am ever. I mean, obviously there are certain situations where you have to act a different way, but like I'm always authentic, or at least I do my best to be authentic. Like obviously sometimes I don't agree with people to their face, but you have to choose your words carefully. Like you can't you can't start talking without thinking first because chances are you're going to, you know, talk with emotions and not talk with like rationality as much because it's a mostly charged topic. Like, let's talk about another thing. Like, and when I talk about it, like in person to myself, I'm not nice. Like, I know that I'm not. Like, I hear myself talking, I go, ooh, what? Like, so part of changing for the better is changing things about you when no one else is around. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, behind closed doors, nobody knows really like how I am. Like, they only see my public, like, my reputation type thing. Like, in public, you get the legitimate me. Like, it's never like I'm trying to hide who I am. It's just like it's part of change is like this one aspect of who I am can be changed and bettered. And so like people freak out when they hear change and they're like, oh, I have to like completely like erase who I was. Like, no, you're still that person. You just grow and evolve over time. Like that's what I'm saying. Like people's opinions can change. People's thoughts can change. It's just about perspective. And so part of perspective is like you don't realize like how difficult things are for me unless you're me. Like, for example, handicap spots. There is not enough of them. And it's like when I talk about older folks, driving and let's say the inability to park within the lines, you know, people just assume that handicap spots are for like, well, no, they shouldn't assume that. Like, why would? Anyway, people park like crap in these spots. I need space to get out of my car. If I don't have space, can't get in my car. I've talked about this many, many times. Like, and some people, I'm like, why are you driving? Like, if you cannot park in a spot in between the lines, I'm pretty sure you fail your driver's test. I mean, yeah, I get it. Like, they're parking their car, but like, if you need that extra 6 feet that I need to get out to park, it's a little bit concerning, don't you think? If you cannot park your car in a spot in between two sets of lines, should you be driving? Like I don't know. Parking's the easiest thing to do. If you can't do that, what makes anyone think you can drive on the highway? Just saying. Like they park like they can't drive. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, should there be specific, you know, quote, different than handicap? Like, I don't. Something I'm realizing is that people don't know that disabled people are roped into old people land and poor people land, and I don't appreciate it. I really don't because it just shows how behind society really is. Like, there should be specific for old people spots and specific for people that need 6 feet of space to get out of their car. Like, the fact is, there isn't enough of us to make a big deal out of it. It's just me and others that, aren't driving their own cars, but still, it's a problem for everybody. Like, even if someone like me is being driven around, like, I don't want to have to take the friggin' bus. I mean, it's great that it exists, I guess, but I didn't want to have to take the bus. I set my mind on driving. I got a car, I got my license, I can drive. Like, accomplishing goals. That's what I have done, and I just didn't realize that I was able to do that, which is kind of ridiculous because but my point is a subject like that was me being composed and like thinking about what I was saying before that. Because sometimes I'm really not nice. Like, I mean, I go out and all the handicap spots are taken. And I go, are you old and can't walk 5 feet? Or like, it's just to me, being old does not make you disabled. But like not being able to walk 5 feet is pretty concerning. Like you shouldn't be driving a car if you can't walk 5 feet. Like I stopped walking completely because it was too dangerous. Say hi, Chad. I'm recording an episode, but this is my first video I've made in a while. So, but yeah. So like, are you old or are you handicapped? Like, pick one. Can't be both. Like, I mean, I guess it could be both, but like, um, I feel like if there was enough spots for the old people and enough spots for the me, I'd be fine. Like, maybe Walmart just needs a reserved for Jordan Roddenberry spot. That would fix the problem. Like, I mean, I know I'm not the only person in a wheelchair around here, but I feel like I'm the only one that drives myself. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I don't know. Like, there's one guy I know who could probably drive with his left foot, but I don't know that he does yet. But, um, it's just like the fact that I have to double park in regular spots is like I have to literally take up 4 spots or 2 spots or 3 spots so I have enough space to get out. And like, luckily, this has never happened, but like, if I got a ticket for any reason, like, try giving me a ticket. Try it. All the spots were taken when I got here. Like, I need somewhere to park so I can get out of the car. I mean, seriously, this has not happened, but people park in the handicap spot for 5 minutes and then they run in and they run out. Don't do that, or I will tow your butt. I'll call up the tow truck. I'll be like, "Hey, can you find this dude $250?" Like, "Oh no, $250!" Like, make the fine something ridiculous that no one wants to pay. Then people won't park there, and actually have consequences for people parking there that aren't supposed to park there. Deterrence. Like, I don't want to have to scratch your paint up to get in my car, because that's what I do sometimes. I'd rather scratch your paint. You park next to me. I need to get in. It says 6 feet needed, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm scratching your freaking paint. Like, just buff it out and it's fine. It's not like I'm scratching it. Like, I'm not keying your car. I'm just maybe trading paint. Maybe. Sometimes that's all that you can do. Like, I'm not gonna go into freaking Walmart. There was one time recently that I was stuck there because this car was parked way too close. I couldn't even attempt to get in it. So, like, if there's enough space for me to attempt to get on the ramp, I will. If there's not, mm-mm. So I go in, I'm like, say hi, Turks.
So,
So I go into Walmart and I'm like, can you tell this car to move? Like everybody knows their license plate. Like I'm gonna memorize my license plate just in case. Like, these are the levels I will go to. I'm gonna memorize my license plate because it's like, can the owner of this car please come to the front and move your car? Who's gonna do that? Like that guy was probably thinking, I need 2 things. I'll be in and out, whatever. No, I got stuff to do. Like you know what I mean? It's just like simple stuff like that people would never think about. Like what time of day do people go out shopping? Like when you're at school, like 2:30 to like what time is it? Yeah, I'm good. So like I have places to be at a specific time, and I don't have time to be killing sitting there waiting for your car to move moved. So it is what it is. It's it's just funny to me. It's like every time I go to a place and there's no spots, I park, and then when I leave, there's spots every time, without fail, every time. And then sometimes there's a car next to me in the spot where I double parked in. I'm like, crap, I parked too well, and this person parked next to me in the spot, and now I can't get out. Like, it's like, seriously, I can't park in a handicap spot. Some guy parks next to me, then I can't get in my car when I couldn't park in a handicap spot. Like, it's just perspective. You don't think it's an issue. because you don't experience it every single day, everywhere you go. So, like it's hard. It is hard for me to be a functioning member of society because it's never been done before. Like, you know what I mean? Medical science was not to this level to where I was able to do all this stuff. Like being a productive member of society. Like, lucky for me, I was in school when all of this stuff is getting worked on and developed, and like, it's like now I'm an adult. What's gonna happen now? Like, how much am I going to realize and be like, well, that's stupid because like I live this life. It's the only one I got. So if I'm not happy with it, I gotta do something about it. So that's where I'm at. So if, it takes lobbying to Congress to like change the handicap parking spot, like who would I have to lobby to? Pennsylvania? Like I don't even know. PennDOT, Department of Transport. You know what? I just need to work at the Department of Transportation. Anyway, like yeah, who does that? Walmart? Does Walmart paint the handicap spots? Like I could be like, yo, Walmart, reserve some spots for some old people, and then like I feel like it would be Pennsylvania and then the federal government I'd have to talk to. So like, yeah, my journey is just beginning, and we'll see where it goes. But as you can see, I don't really have an official studio. I do like having the flag up there. Might be backwards, but anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode, and I will catch you guys on the next one.